What's up, Inkbound enjoyers? I'm Mr. Hoodat, and this is episode 2 of the new gameplay guide series where I'll be playing on max difficulty and win streaking while rotating through each character in the game. I'll be going through my thought process with each decision and combat and try to make these informative to help others climb the ranks to Inkbound. With this episode, we are looking at the Mosscloak, which is kind of like the rogue class in this game. Mosscloak is probably the strongest class in the game currently for both solo and multiplayer play, and this is due to the sheer damage output it provides. Mosscloak's weaknesses are in its one vector of attack, which is a straight line, as well as it being the only class with no built-in shield. So in this run, I'll be looking to make up for these weaknesses by taking early sustain or mobility to help get in the right position to attack. Let's get into it. Alright, so once again, these are the Inkbound modifiers. Lots of new things added, lots of stat gains for the enemies, more difficult mutators. The blight comes in faster, there are additional enemies each wave. Lots of new things added. What is up, Nib and Bin? So once again, I'm going to avoid taking Argoloth until I know that the hard lock is fixed. I'm not sure what exactly causes it, but I just know that I was facing Argoloth in a duo lobby and the lobby just basically crashed and was unable to play the game for over an hour. So gonna be avoiding Argoloth. I've seen more people have had that issue with Argoloth as well, so I'm pretty sure it's caused by that boss specifically. So just looking at Cinder or Runestone, Cinder is fully augment 3 bindings, pretty easy to get accomplished. Shadow of Runestone, visit the Carver 3 times, not something I'm interested in doing, so I'm just gonna go Cinder. I think I can get the quest done faster. And it's not really something that's out of my way, like it's gonna be something I just do naturally. Now when I'm going into these runs, I'm not really like looking for a specific build. Basically choosing my build off the first few choices because rerolling early isn't the greatest idea. Ooh, I got an uncommon to start with. It is the bleeding on my 1 though, not the greatest. And something with Mosscloak is increased dash range and flurry range are very, very strong from the common augment slot. So I think I'm just going to take one of those rather than going into bleed. I haven't really tried like a focused bleed build yet. It's kind of like a physical dot. I'm not really that interested in it. I mean, I do have a Misery's Whip, so maybe I do combine some bleed. No, I'm just going to make up for my lack of sustain early by killing the enemies with an extra will. Let's take on your turn, if your ability power is 0, gain 1 will. Going to be trying to stay 0 AP for a bit. And then here, instead of taking the uncommon, which is a pretty good augment, I'm just going to take one of the ranges. I want to make sure I have both of these by like the middle of the run. And I think Flurry makes more sense here. Yeah, because that's my damaging ability. Doesn't make sense to like mark things that are far away from each other when I can't hit them both at the same time. Alright, so for our maps, first map is Mosscloak's weak point. So I want to make sure I get like a good modifier as well as an easier boss. Make up for my lack of shield. So bosses like Nim and the Proving Grounds boss, Janice, are pretty hard for Mosscloak to deal with. So we have Proving Grounds, Wet Thief, definitely not taking this. We have Silent Promenade, Overstimulated. They're pretty difficult modifier with Mosscloak because I have no shield. And we have Radiant Market, Gunk Filled. Wow, so these are all really bad. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure what to take here. I think I have to go Promenade Overstimulated and just hope that one of my first abilities is like Restoration or Shield or just anything that I can deal with this orb damage. I don't want Gunk Filled. It's pretty important for Mosscloak to like be in certain positions to hit multiple enemies, and Gunk Filled kind of ruins that. It kind of forces you to like take Blink. I'm just gonna go Silent Promenade Overstimulated. I am a little scared. If I can find Restoration, I'll be a lot more happier. I won't have to worry about the damage I'm taking. Alright, let's go Vault first. Alright, so once again, all these modifiers on the enemies, I'm just going to pop up here for the first few times, and just so I don't have to like talk about them each time and look over them. Alright, so let's test out some ranges. I can easily hit these 2 and it's a 1 shot. I don't think I can hit these. Oh, I can. So I can hit these 3 with Flurry, which is pretty important. I can also dash through all 3 of them. So I think I just attack these twice. while walking down, and then dash up. And flurry should one-shot them. Alright, let's dash through all three. And then, yeah, flurry one-shots. Pretty nice first turn. Yeah, as you can see, Mosscloak's damage output's pretty insane if you can line enemies up. Alright, just seeing how I can line these up. I think I go for these two at the same time, and then these two at the same time. And I think I will take an orb, even though I damage myself for 2, just so I can get my dash and my flurry up. Actually, I think I do this differently. I think I hit these two at the same time, work my way up here, dash through flurry. I'm gonna take a lot of damage this turn from the orb and the blight bomb. Alright, so let's hit these. Let's grab the orb next. Let's hit these two. So dash through flurry one-shots, which means I have 2 more will to work with, so I could just hit this twice. I'm gonna end up in the bomb though. Am I able to save flurry? No, I can't hit these with my 1. I have to flurry then. That was the end of the fight anyway, so being in the bomb didn't matter. Alright, so I took 5 damage there from the orb and then 3 blight bombs. 1 shield is a pretty big deal, since I will be facing more blight bombs this map, as well as the orb damage. So normally like 1 shield isn't that great, but in this situation, it really helps me stop the bleeding. Let's look at our font. Most likely a reroll. Let's look at our augment. So I did get dash range. Definitely better than all the other common augments that Mosscloak can get. Let's go for that. So my dash and my flurry have better range. I am going to take the 1 shield over the crit damage and elusive, or evasive I mean. 1 shield will probably net me more HP than the evasive will. Then I'm going to reroll this, try to get some physical stuff. I will take crit chance. I take spike damage because I do have some semblance of spike with the Rosy Thorn, but I'm just going to take crit chance here. Not too happy with it, but not going to reroll it. Alright, let's go to our first binding. Looking for restoration, shield wall, blink, after image. Alright, cultivate, invigorate, chain lightning. So I don't think I want to reroll this. Cultivate could turn into sustain with one of its ascensions. Chain lightning doesn't really do too well with Mosscloak because the flurry, only one of the hits gets the chain lightning damage bonus. They don't really combo well together. I think this is actually a reroll. I don't want really any of these. And there's a lot of really important bindings that can help the run right now. Mainly restoration. Okay, I'm not going to pass up after image when I see it. So I'm just going to take after image here. After image is very, very strong. Makes it so you don't really need to worry about your crit chance. You just get all your crit charges from this. Alright, let's go Quilling Cage. I want to get my gold up to 250. So I can afford 2 bindings. In the double binding, or 2 augments. In the double augment room. Alright, so there's a loot goblin, which I think I can go for. I think I'm gonna dash like this and then flurry that. I will also get the crit with after image. It means I have to after image first, so that the crit goes on flurry, guaranteed. If I use my 1 first, then my 1 has a chance of getting crit, which I don't want. So after image. Now my 3 has a crit charge. Kill these 2. Dash through. And then flurry. Alright, taking a lot of hits here because I chose to focus down the Loot Goblin. So this is shelled, so I'm probably taking this hit this turn. We want to kill these two, but the damage just doesn't line up. I'm dealing 70 over 2 hits, and they're at 71. Might be a situation where I leave the Loot Goblin alone now, because it's kind of just too awkward to deal with. So if I go for killing the Loot Goblin, involves killing this, walking to the orb, dashing through, and then killing these two. And then I take 10. So taking 10 for extra gold, basically. The book modifier, or the book boss, isn't that difficult for Inferno, so I don't really need to be full health for it. Yeah, I think I do want the gold. Just trying to figure out how I get myself over here to dash through. I just grab the orb like this. Yeah, I think this makes sense. And work my way down. Then dash through flurry. So if I hit one of these, I take a lot more damage, which I don't really want to happen. So let's just walk near the orb and end turn. Okay, should be easy to clean up now. And I'd like to do it without taking orbs if possible. I can take less damage. So hit this, then I position here, hit these two twice. Yeah. And I should be able to kill these two next turn, even though they're physical shell. Maybe not, actually. I think I kill it with the orb, at least. Let's do some calculations just to see if I need the orb. So minus 60%. They're marked. Flurry is at 4 shurikens. So it's like 180 damage. And then 60% of that is 90 plus 10%. So like 108 is taken off. So it's like around 70, 72 damage. And then I have 2 of these hits, which are dealing 10 damage each. That's 72 plus 20, around there, if I take the orb. So I don't even kill it with the orb, I need 2 orbs to kill it. Could use Elixir to Afterimage. Yeah, let's see what Afterimage hits. Okay, hit my flurry, so I think I just kill it now. Yep. Alright, use the potion there to not take any more damage. Definitely worth it when I'm at 35 health. Alright, still on commons. I got the 2 that I really wanted. Swift Image isn't that great. Don't really want to waste slots on commons here as well. I'm just going to take Swift Image, just as a slot filler. I don't know about re-rolling this, honestly. It's common, and I really want to make sure my next binding is Restoration. So yeah, just going to take HP here. Definitely not going into poison. Go double Augment Rune. So from rare, looking for crit damage on Flurry. Yeah, these are not interesting in the slightest. This is definitely a reroll. Let's see what's here first. So from uncommons, I think that's where I get Shielding Dash. I definitely want Shielding Dash as well. Yeah, I think this is a double reroll. Shielding Dash is not guaranteed, but it's close to it. Shielding Dash is just really, really important here. Don't want to miss out on it. Okay, I got Shielding Dash. So now every time I dash through enemies, I gain 1 shield. And then here I want to reroll again, and I want a crit damage on Flurry. Once again, not guaranteed, but close to it. Got crit damage on my 1, and then accurate image, so both of these are really good. Don't really want prepared dash. I think I'll take accurate image. Like, lethal throw is really, really strong. But I want to make sure that this is giving me 2 crits rather than 1. Just so my flurry is always guaranteed crit. Alright, so I definitely need rerolls here. over the vault. Pick up a second potion. Barrier. Nice. Alright, feeling a little better now with my shielding dash. Now I can dash through enemies, kill everything, and not worry about taking damage from orbs. Right, so this has phasing. Is there a way to dash through 3? Yes, there is. So let's do that. Alright, dash through 3, and then flurry. I'll also just save the flurry. Save my shurikens for next turn. Since it's not dealing too much damage. Might as well use it. I'm gonna get a good flurry next turn as well. Alright, walk out. Okay, another phased burrower. And these have plat cannon. So I think my dash is here. I can't reach all the way down there though. This might just be a after image play. Tank the 6. And then just kill these two things. Just take the burrowers really slowly. Which means I don't really want to pop the phasing right. And I'm wasting so much will though. It's only going to take like 3 will to kill these things. I think I will pop the phasing, especially since I'm using after image this turn. Should just... I don't want to hit this one though, so just hit this once to make my way to the orb. Oh, there's this orb too, I just realized. So grab the orb first then. See, I can't dash through 3 things like this. So I'm probably just going to dash like that. And then flurry up. I want to end turn down here rather than up here. Alright. Well, my 1 kills because it's crit. Doesn't kill the top one though. So I'll just flurry. This flurry does do a lot of damage here, even though it's not even critting. I'm gonna 1 up here and then after image. My 1 got crit again. So 1 here again. And then after image so that my 1 gets crit again. Okay, and now just flurry. Alright, taking an arrow from this one. It's only 4 though, because I haven't phased him yet. So I need to make sure this dies next turn. I can kind of just ignore the 4. Maybe kill this turn even. I can hit all 3 of these with my 1. I just want to flurry like that though. I'm going to start with taking an orb. And walk over here. And dash like this. I'd like to get the phased guy in the flurry, but it doesn't really line up that well. I think I just do this then, just get these 2. I'm not able to kill the phaser. We'll kill it easily next turn though. Kill those 2, hit these a bit. I'm gonna end turn out here. I like to end out to the left though, because then the creep won't really engulf me. Alright, so take 1. I need to make sure I kill this burrower because he has 3 phase stacks. Attacking for 10. Alright, so I'm just going to attack these 2 a bunch, make my way to the orb, grab the orb, dash through like this down here. And then flurry should kill it all. So I do have room for 1 more hit. I'm just scared of ending my turn after my dash flurry because I'll be out here taking 4. So maybe I have to kill this with the flurry. It's the big problem here. I think I dash down and ignore this guy. So dash down to here, like right here, end my turn here, and then flurry up. It doesn't really matter if I dash through this big guy. I don't need the shield anymore. So this turn I'm going to evade this guy's attack, since I can't kill him. So kill this guy, evade his attack. And can't really get to this orb without it being a waste of will. It's not like I really want to take a bunch of orbs anyway, because they make me take damage. So I'm okay wasting this orb. So evade. Then I'll just hit this with my 1. Alright, so nowhere to stand, unfortunately. So I'm destined to take 5 here. Let's just do as much damage as I can. It's 8 now. Since I phased him. I'll just use my barrier potion. Alright, use my 1 first, then dash through in 3. Oh, I don't actually kill him. Alright, I got a crit, so I kill him now. With the orb. Alright, so these fights are taking a bit. I just want to make sure I just min-max these fights as much as I can, since it's the hardest part of the run, easily. Alright, so from green, I'm not sure if I can actually take a second shielding dash. I don't remember if I've ever done that, but if I can, I would want to. Not really interested in resetting cooldown. Like, I can double dash for 200% damage in Flurry, but it's not really required. Like, Flurry doesn't need that much damage. It's always going to be one-shotting late game. I'd much rather just something that helps me now, which is shielding dash. So I'm going to reroll for that. Alright, I missed. Gonna reroll again. Alright, so it doesn't look like you can get shielding dash twice, which is kind of interesting, honestly. I'm pretty sure it would have shown me it over quick dash, since I already saw quick dash. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take quick dash. There are like better third augments I could close this out with, but I just want to like build up my consistency with finding the things I need for Flurry. So if you max out an augment, then you're not shown it anymore, and that gives you better consistency with your future augments. So I'm just going to close it out with quick dash, even though I'm probably not going to use it much. And here I'd like to reroll again. This sucks because my binding room is next. I'm going to save the reroll. I just want to make sure I get a good binding. Alright, I got blink. No restoration. Not really that required anymore with shielding dash. So I'm just going to take blink. Very, very strong. And I'm not really that interested in purple augments with my bindings right now. So blink is a good choice there, because all the purples can go into blink, which has probably the strongest purple in the game with extracting. So let's take blink. I think it's always a good idea to make sure you have a binding that has good purples, because you get 3 of them throughout the run. And since it's late and you have full augments, you can kind of guarantee those purples really, really easily. Now let's go shrine here over the shop. 6 burn damage, wow. So 40% crit is really nice with my doubled after image. Crit damage is kind of the premium choice now. It's going to be crit damage, fizz power, then ability power. Alright, the enemies are all really spread out here. It's a bit unfortunate. I can dash through like this, and then flurry. I don't want to flurry down, I want to flurry the boss. Once again, these enemies are 71 health. I feel like this is designed just to screw over Mosscloak, because he does 35s. So maybe I should favor plus 10 damage on this early game, more than I do now. Just to save some will on these 71 HP enemies. Alright, it's honestly worth after imaging to crit my 1 to save that will. Just awkward because Flurry is already critting. I do have Blink to work with too, I need to remember that. I have a lot more mobility than I'm used to. Just trying to see if I could get better dashes. I'm gonna dash for 3 shurikens. Alright, so I think I dash through this. I flurry the boss. Then I after image to get my crit. Then I crit this, blink down here, hit this. No, I hit like this once, and then I hit like this once. Nope, that's not a thing. I'll figure the rest out. I am after imaging, so I can always leave one alive and not have to worry. Oh, this doesn't even kill. I'm not at over 100 crit damage. This is really bad that this doesn't kill now. I'm gonna dash through again then. And hit both. And blink towards the orb. I'm taking like the full 11 like this. If I blink towards the orb and then kill the 2 magma enemies. Yeah, it's better to just tank one of the magma enemies, honestly. Blink out here. Grab the orb. And then just kill this thing, I guess. Alright, take 5 here. First turn's always the hardest. Alright, so I'd like to hit these 2 at the same time, and then these 2 after. I'd like to keep some enemies alive to blink through though, or dash through. Probably just dashing through these 2. Could do these 3. Yeah, I'll dash through those 3. Alright, I'm at 5 shurikens. Not able to crit them though. Alright, the question is, do I take the orb while I have the shield? I think I do. And yeah, it's just used for my 1 here, but like it gets me closer to these cooldowns, which I'm wanting. And the creep is coming in this turn, so I can't blink all the way down here to chase it, because it's going to end up here. The creep doesn't come in. I always think the creep comes in like a turn sooner than it does. Alright, so I can dash through here. Not hard to hit both though. So I'll use my 1 first. And then dash through. Need to hit both while not being in the lava. I don't think I can. I have to be like way down here. I do have will to work with, so I can work my way back up. Okay, phase the boss. I do have to waste a will running away. Maybe I just blink. No. Alright, so I want to hit these 2. I want to blink up here, dash through, then grab the orb since I have the shield. And just kill all the small enemies and work my way on the boss slowly. It might have been smarter to blink here, because I don't need the mark on this guy. Yeah, if I blinked here then dashed up here, it would have been better, I guess. So I needed the orb first. Alright, I don't think I can hit both. Not touching the lava, so let's kill these 2 first. Alright, so he's gonna end up here, so let's end our turn up there then. Alright, bit awkward. Alright, let's take the orb that's despawning first. I'm just gonna dash through these 2 for these shurikens. I don't want to dash the boss. Although, I'm okay with wasting 1 will to walk away. Just to get the mark on him. My flurry. After image first. Yeah, just after image first. Alright, so I need to end up out here to not take damage. I'm only taking 1. I take 1 to just poke him a bit, which is fine because I am getting a free heal after this. I could still walk away, I guess. I have blink, so it doesn't matter that I'm like far away from him. I guess it matters a little because I want to dash through these and him at the same time. Can't really attack him really. I should be able to kill him next turn, so I don't really need to damage him too much. Just kill these. And blink here, then dash through him, then walk out, take the orb. So I'll be at 2 shield, and then just flurry him. It'd be smarter to save my flurry. Like save the shurikens. Yeah. And the next turn I'll double dash through him. No, that doesn't make sense. I'll just use my flurry. Okay, we're getting there, slowly but surely. Right, so dash through twice. So I did make use of the double dash. Grab the orb and flurry. I don't think I kill him this turn. Might be able to with the orb. I have 1 more dash available. I just want to see if I kill him without having to use a potion. Before I use a potion. So he goes to 37, and my throw does 35. I kill him with a crit. I'm also able to test if I crit first, right? Yeah, because my flurry kills him. So I can test if I crit first, and then potion if I don't. Nice, I crit. So saved a potion that way. And I'm full health after this fight. First Ascension with no reroll. A little awkward, but this character doesn't really have bad Ascensions. Pretty much always hit what you need. So Lethal Burst is really good. Buffs the damage, and then every time I defeat an enemy, gain 3 shurikens, reset cooldown. So now I'm looking for -1 will on Lethal Burst. That way every time I flurry it's just 0 mana. Alright, kinda missed on the purples as well. I wanted Extracting Blink or -1 will. Shuriken's giving +10 is just worse than crit, I'm pretty sure. Or crit damage, I should say. I kind of have like in my head what I'm building, but I should say it out loud like a little more clearly. So the blue crit damage is what I'm thinking is better than this. So I think I'm gonna go blue crit damage and then purple discounted will. And then my other purples are going to be on blink. Spinning throw might actually be the choice. Like right now it's not really buffing that much. Going from 35 damage to 40. But when I do get plus damage it'll be a big deal. If I get ricochet it's a big deal. I don't know. Maybe I just take shuriken damage and not care about the crit damage. Crit damage is just so much more damage though than extra shuriken damage. Yeah, this just feels so bad that I wasn't able to save rerolls up to this point. All my earlier rerolls are probably not a good idea then, because I really wanted to make sure I hit these purples. If I get Extracting Blink here, or -1 will, it would have been such a big deal. I will take Spinning Throw, just because the others aren't that great. And Spinning Throw has like the highest upside if I do end up getting damage on my one. Alright, book 1 complete. Another forced reroll. I guess shielding's not that bad since now I have 2 shield at the start of every turn. I'm not really forced to dash before I take orbs. Alright, for book 2 we have Wit Thief Vengewood, Ink Shield Proving Grounds, or Heavy Pockets Garden Edge. Just gonna go Heavy Pocket Garden Edge. The Garden Edge boss is a little difficult. Some Nim, but I should have the damage output to not really care about his AoEs by the time I reach him. Nim is only really scary as a first book, I think. Second book, you can kind of burst him down. Alright, so going vaults. Oh. It was a good idea not to actually take those destructibles until after the fight, since I have heavy pockets. Now I have basically no movement. Alright, so every turn is just gonna be spamming my 3. 3, blink into position to hit at the same time twice. Alright. Just gonna grab the orb so I can get into better positions. Not really able to reach it, but this is way better movement than moving naturally. Actually worth using movement just to reach it. Don't get the kill. I do have 2 shields, so I can just take the orb now. Just to get the kill. Alright. So, same deal. Once again, can't reach. Alright, pretty easy fights from here on out. Quilling Catcher. Only one that's really worth taking, honestly. Don't need cooldowns at all. Once again, missed on my font. Not a very good run for fonts. Guess I'll take spike damage. It's the only thing that does something. Missed on here again. I'm just going to max out my afterimage. I don't need another accurate because I only have 2 damaging skills. Yeah, I'm just going to max this out just to increase my consistency for further augments. And here I can reroll once just to find some power, and it gives me an extra like +2 movement, +4 movement. So these are all really strong. Whistle is not that needed anymore because I have Lethal Burst. So Shattered Crown for shattering, which is 30% damage increase, or Valmark, which is plus 30% damage increase over the Shattered Crown. So basically, as long as I'm above half HP, I'm always getting Shatter buff. I guess is how I can look at it. So yeah, just gonna take Valmark. I can also find another way to shatter in the future as well. I think Valmark needs to be way higher rarity or nerfed. Just way too strong of a relic. 5 physical power on a green relic is just so crazy. Alright, so I got blues. So this is the crit damage that I've been looking for. Also do it on my 1 as well. So yeah, both of these crit damages are really good. Just gonna go on my flurry, because that's the main skill I'm using now. So this is a miss. Just going to take Distant Blink as a filler. Not really that necessary. Let's go reroll so I can stop missing. Kind of shows the power of rerolls, how many times I'm forced to take basically nothing. Just because I'm out of rerolls. Alright, pretty scary enemy. 1800 HP. Alright, so we're gonna kill this, blink up here, kill all these, then dash through. Wasn't letting me dash for some reason. Alright, now crit. Alright, big damage. Gonna blink down here and dash up. He gets healed for a lot. I think it's only like 90. I'll just focus him down then. I just want to save my my flurry, just in case the orb is like out of the way. I'm gonna line these up, so should be able to kill everything here. Maybe I can actually kill this. Yeah, I should have done this a little differently, I guess. So I can use my 3 twice like this, or I can dash through in 3. I think using my 3 twice is just more damage. Though it's 5 shurikens versus 3 shurikens. So yeah, I think just doing this is better. No, because the 5 shurikens get marked. So it's 5 doubled versus 3. So yeah, 5 doubled is better. Also take less damage by dashing like that. So take a lot there. Should have thought that turn through a little better. Alright, finally got physical power. This blue kind of makes up for all my misses. Alright, so I did get a lucky purple, and it is something I want since I have double hits. So my throw does a lot of damage now. Get another ascension. I have 3 rerolls for this. Didn't really need them. Don't want to blink one. I missed my ricochet. Sharpshoot's not that bad. Rather just reroll for dash crits or stealth. Okay, I got my stealth. Really, really good. This is one of the big reasons why After Image is like one of the best bindings to take on every character. Shadow Image is nuts. So stealth is basically it's either double or plus 10 ability power or a dodge, and they remain for multiple turns as well. So a very easy way to amplify your damage. Let's go Shrine again. Could go Shop. I have a lot of slots to fill, and I do have heavy pockets, so maybe Shop is good here. Just to get my gold down a bit. 1 shuriken is bad. I'm basically at 3 shurikens permanently with lethal burst. 1 evasive is not really required. I'd rather just look for damage stuff. Don't really need cost discount. I'm at 1 cost on everything. This is essentially 1 will though. Like 1 will for 150 is a pretty good deal. I guess just grab the Heartstone, why not? Basically the same price as this, and it gets me to full. Let's go rerolls. Just want to make sure I have the rerolls for extracting blink for next 2 purples. Alright, so a little trick here that I mentioned last run. If you leave things in the arena, then they don't disappear. So I'm just saving my 2 fish for bosses, even though they're not really good fish. Maybe I should use them then? No, I'll save them. enemies are all spread out. This is a Mosscloak's Nightmare. I'd rather blink towards the orb. Just use their stealth so I can just one-shot everything. Alright. Yeah, kill these first. And blink up here. I would have liked to get that with my dash. Alright, so I should just be able to kill it. Fights are kind of trivial now with Lethal Burst. One hasn't even gone that well. It's kind of similar to my last Magma Miner run where the run's just going okay. It's not going great. The fights after book 1 are just so easy compared to the fights in book 1. Just because you scale way faster than the enemies do. So crit damage is better than ability power. Yeah, especially since I have Parsimonious Power Source. Alright, so this is a complete miss. My next two purples I want Discounting Flurry and then Extracting Blink. So I think I'm okay with taking another Blink augment. Yeah, Discounting Blink's not that bad. I mean, these fish are just so bad. I'm not even ever gonna get hit. I could have just eaten them, but there's literally just no point. Don't really want Whistle. Don't need cooldowns at all, and it ruins my +1 will. Just going to skip. See, I should have eaten at least one of those fish, but not that big of a deal. Alright, against Nim. Just gonna try to get as many multi-hits with my flurry as possible onto the boss. Instead of like trying to just flurry everything down, I just want to flurry the boss every time I can while killing an enemy. And that way I get the most damage off as possible. So like that, instead of killing both of those enemies and hitting the boss, I can do this to gain an extra flurry basically. Hopefully that makes sense. So for this last one, I'll just Shadow Image. Don't really want this to get on cooldown. Just stand near him, I guess. Now do the same thing. Does the reduced will cost over random binding persist through turns? Oh, it went on my blink, so it's useless. I wish blink wouldn't like hit itself with its own augments. Maybe I should have blinked through things so I take less damage. Like gotten the shield. I'll just dash through twice just to take one less damage. So this is my big shuriken hit, so I want to make sure this one crits. Big damage. Alright, Deadly Dance is pretty nice. Additional way to gain crit charges. The only thing I'd rather over it is Ricochet, I think. Isn't really needed. I can just use my 3 on the boss. So let's go Deadly Dance. Just to make sure my 3 is critting more often. So I did get the -1 will cost I was looking for. Now my 3 is always going to be 0 cost. Flame rewards. Ink Tap, pretty good. Emerald Leaf, pretty good. 50% crit damage. Plus will isn't really that necessary anymore now that Lethal Burst is 0. I think I just take the damage. Oh, this gets stealth. I thought it was evasion for a second. Yeah, this is crazy good. I have so many stacks of stealth now. Alright, heal to full. Time for the box fight. Alright. I'm going to start with dashing through. Might as well just dash through again. Now let's stealth and get my 3 crit again. Big damage. No, crit. I should have taken the orb first. So that my 2 gives the crit. Just wasn't really thinking. Doesn't really matter. The end game is just a little too easy. Mirror Spire Pact is actually decent here. Not gonna reroll that. Let's go Fizz Power. And just looking for Distracting Blink. Which is guaranteed off 1 reroll. So I do want to spend my money. Since I have heavy pockets. So I'm just gonna buy this and then drop it. Just to spend the most money. Alright, it's boss time. The unfortunate thing with Cinder is that it takes 4 rounds to kill him rather than 3. Since on his first phase, he flies in the air and you can't hit him. When you're choosing bosses, you're kind of choosing between 3 rounding or 4 rounding. So it's a bit unfortunate that I have to 4 round him. I'll start with a stealth. I want to 3 in a way that hits the boss and kills this thing. Which unfortunately can't really happen. Yeah, this position is just really unfortunate. Oh, there we go. So it can happen. So let's blink down here. I know, I want to blink here, then dash down, dash up. This might have been less damage than marking once, using my 3 to get the cooldown. Or to get the reset, and then mark again, so I get the second crit. But it should just phase him no matter what I do here. Alright. I do have a lot of shield to work with, so I could just start working on this guy, I guess. Could just leave him alone also. Keep the crit, keep the shurikens. This will be flying next turn though. So no reason to really keep anything. Alright, should be able to kill everything. Start by blinking here. Oh, I forgot to grab an orb first. I can make my 3 crit. Not really playing this well. Kind of always happens where the run just gets too OP and I just stop caring. Alright, so grab a shroom and just stand near the boss. Alright, so I will hex this turn. And blink down here. Grab the orb first this time so I could get the crit. Oh, I got crit no matter what. I got crit anyway. I think I just double dash and then use my crit. No. Use my 3 first. And grab cooldowns. And shadow image. Actually don't need a shadow image. Just dash twice instead. I still have the stealth. Alright, so 1 and then shadow image. Got a crit again. Now shadow image. Alright, just barely phased him, but I got there. Okay. Round 4 now. So just double dash and then 3. Unfortunately I didn't make it 4 rounds. Therefore the build sucked. It was a 5-round fight. Alright, we got there. 5-round boss fight though. Yeah, hopefully I showed off the power of the Mosscloak. Wasn't the greatest run once again, but that's kind of the point of the series where I'm showing like every kind of run. I think these runs might actually be a bit more informative, kind of showing how when things don't go completely your way, how to like turn them into a win. Yeah, we got there. Win number 94. Got some battle pass stuffs. Pretty cool. Oh, that's a cool looking shield. Fortunately, next run is the Weaver, not the Obelisk. Yeah, that's it for the Mosscloak run. Hope you guys learned a lot from this. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below in the comments. Enjoy the series. Make sure to subscribe for the next episode, which will be the Weaver. Weaver is, I would say, probably the worst solo character, but definitely winnable. And I think you can win every run with him still. You just have to pick and choose your bosses early game, because his early game is really rough. We'll be back with the Weaver in the next episode. Feel free to click on any of the videos on the side here, and I'll see you all for the next episode. Peace.